Phasors and AC circuits. Phasor representation of AC. An AC quantity is not only dependent on the magnitudes of its components but also on their phases. So we need to add, subtract, multiply or divide various components having magnitude and direction to get the resultant wave. This is done conveniently by representing the AC quantities as vectors having magnitude and direction. Figure 1.2 shows two waves in phase and Figure 1.3 shows the horizontal and vertical components of a vector or phasor. Let OP be an AC rotating in anti-clockwise direction with an angular speed omega radian per second. Let theta be the angle with respect to x axis swept by it at any instant of time t. Let OP is equal to EM so that the vertical and horizontal components of OP at time t, which are out of phase by pi by 2. Given by the expression E1 is equal to EM times cos theta and E2 is equal to EM times sin theta. Here E1 and E2 are the phases that represent the vector OP. It is to be noted that equation 8 represents only the instantaneous value of vector OP. It is conventional to use the RMS value instead of its instantaneous value, which is equal to EM by root 2 from the definition of RMS value. If I1 and I2 are the two phases given by I1 is equal to Im1 sin theta and I2 is equal to Im2 sin theta, then their sum I is given by I is equal to I1 plus I2, which is equal to Im1 by root 2 plus Im2 by root 2, since both the phases in equation 9 have the same phase. On the other hand, if there are two or more phases that are out of phase by a certain angle as shown in figure 1.4, that is, figure 1.4 represents the three phases out of phase from one another. These can be represented as follows. I1 is equal to Im1 times sin theta, which implies OP. I2 is equal to Im2 sin of theta plus pi by 4, which implies OR. I3 is equal to Im3 sin of theta minus pi by 3, which implies OQ. Here the angles between the phasors are referred to as the phase difference. The resulting phasor in this case is obtained by applying the method of vector addition or subtraction. Let's now discuss regarding the AC circuits with sinusoidal input. An AC circuit in general contains elements namely AC sources, inductance, capacitance and resistances. The effective response of an AC circuit is always dependent on the values of these elements in the circuit. Thus, it is interesting to study the electrical behavior of AC circuits as related to these circuit elements. Let's consider an RL circuit with R and L in series as shown in figure 1.1. Figure 1.1a shows RL circuit with current I, resistance R and inductance L in series, and figure B shows the relevant J notation for the EMFs. Let E, EL and ER be the RMS voltages across the source inductance L and the resistance R. We now have ER is equal to IR, which is in phase with current I. EL is equal to I into XL, which leads the current by 90 degree, where XL represents the inductive reactance. Therefore, EMF E is equal to ER plus EL, which is equal to IR plus J times I into XL. Therefore, EMF E is equal to I times R plus J into XL, which is equal to I times Z, where Z is called the vector impedance, given by the expression Z is equal to R plus J times XL. Although Z is a vector, we shall write it as Z only for the convenience in the forthcoming discussions. The magnitude and the direction of Z is given by Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL square, and theta is equal to tan inverse of XL divided by R, which implies vector Z is equal to magnitude of Z. Here, theta is the angle by which E is out of phase from I. Since I and E are sinusoidals having a phase difference of theta. Let us now suppose that the instantaneous current I and EMF E are given by I is equal to Im times sin omega t and E is equal to Em times sin of omega t plus theta, where Im and Em are the respective amplitudes of I and E. Then the instantaneous power P in the circuit is given by power P is equal to E times I. Substituting for EI and I from the above expression, we get P is equal to Em into Im sin of omega t into sin of omega t plus theta. Now the total real power P of the AC circuit is given by the definition P is equal to 1 by 2 pi times Em into Im, integrating between the limit 0 to 2 pi sin of omega t into sin of omega t plus theta into d of omega t. Therefore, P is equal to Em into Im by 2 times cos theta. We can rewrite the same equation in this form, that is Em by root 2 times Im by root 2 times cos theta, which is equal to E into I cos theta. Here, cos theta is called the power factor of the circuit. The product E into I is the apparent power of the circuit, while P is the real power or the true power. Thus, the power factor may be defined as the ratio of true power to the apparent power. Therefore, power factor is equal to cos theta, which is equal to E times I cos theta by EI, which is equal to true power by apparent power. Thank you.